fish on! Yeah, nice. Oh, fish on, fish on. Fish on! We are on day 2 of Portugal and I'm very excited. Yesterday, last week's video, we had a fish each and it was a great start to the first day. We had a huge fish chase my fish at the start. Peter seen it side on, it was massive. So we know there's big fish in there. We're on a new mark today. I'm gonna get out into these breakers and see where I can cast. I wanna get a feel for the area and hopefully catch some big fish. There's a couple of boys on the rocks over here bait fishing, and we met a guy who was spinning walking up. He said he had a small fish. 2 boys have had a couple of small fish, so they're in there, and we're fishing until darkness tonight and into darkness as well. We'll move back up onto the beach. Without further ado, let's get into it. Woo! There's so many holes in here. We're on low tide near enough at the minute. Get over here for a little bit. We've got a bunch of white water. Where I want to be casting is out the back of the breakers. Skadoosh. That'll me. Loads of fish on the surface here. You won't see them, but I can see them. Very, very heavy surf over that side. Can't even get the lures to sink really, but this area here is looking pretty good. Might get up behind that rock. There's a bunch of mullet right on the surface there. Skadoosh. Skadoosh. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Come on, one fish before the sun goes down. Today is not looking good so far. Not a sign of a fish. Not for Peter, not for me. But that's not a bad view to blank to, lads. A couple of local lads behind me, chopping and changing position and tactics. They don't seem to be getting much either, so look, we keep trying. We're going into darkness tonight. Could happen then. We'll shine the fish. That's that movie, without a paddle, doing the figure of 8. Ever see that one now? Getting dark now, boys. Dark now. Yeah, fish on! Yeah, nice. Yes. There we go. That's a long day of fishing for one fish. Small as well, but we got a fish on. There he is. Nice. Woo! Get him unhooked. We managed to land a fish just as darkness fell, and it's a little spotted bass. One thing I noticed straight away is their eyes seem to be bigger, the black in their eyes. Beautiful little fish. Very happy to see him. One fish is certainly better than no fish. They're small, but I'm still hoping for a big one. Let's get him back. Get a picture I send to Peter. Peter's down the beach. Woo! Now, buddy, where are you gonna go? This water's gonna come up onto my ankles now in a second. Woo! Ha-ha! Bye, fishy! That fish took a Sakura Mr. Joe. Woo! Kind of a similar shape to the Samson shad, except it's longer and it's not as fat in the center of the body. Very similar action. Looks like a fish in distress for sure.
The next day.
Day 3 here in Portugal. We've got some grey water behind us. Over there is where I was on day 1. Just the beach in between us. So we're coming up to low tide now. Actually, it's just turned. I've armed myself with some new lures to better combat the ground and conditions here. The lighter lures just don't stand a chance in that kind of surf. So I picked up some 50-gram Samson shads, some Spanish lures, the divers. Let's go.
Later that same evening.
Day 3 so far has been a disaster. We haven't smelled a fish. So we're going to fish it into darkness for a while. We're at an area which is a much smaller swell, something that you would expect to see back home in Ireland. High tide is in about an hour or so. Hopefully we see some big fish. A fish will do for today. Woo. See if we can entice a fish to take one off the top in the dark. Oh, fish on! Fish on! Fish on! Yes! That's a better fish than what we've had already. That's for sure. Woo! You gotta love it. Top water in the dark, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. That's a nice fish. Please don't throw the hook. Beautiful fish. Oh, he's only barely hooked. Let me get him up. Woo! Try you down there, bud, for a second. Get it, son! Well, the hard work has paid off. There's a decent fish. Gonna get a measure on him and get him back soon. On the top water in the dark, you gotta love it. Woo! I think we'll be coming back to this mark tomorrow. Look at that. Let's get him back. Ew. Far enough, yeah. Not really, no. 60 yards. Right, buddy. Let's get you revived here. See if we can catch your brothers and sisters. Off he goes. This is the lure I had him on. Pegasus 135. Well, we're about to wrap it up. Day 2 and day 3, pretty slow, but produce fish, and the fish are getting bigger. Tomorrow we're due to have big swells, so I don't know what we're going to do exactly. We might come back to this mark. This mark is a bit more sheltered than everywhere else. Like I said, a bit more familiar to what we'd fish in Ireland. But for now, I think it's time to go home, get some food, some beer, some sleep. Right, time to get out of here. See you in the next one. Woo!